your joints, your back joints, your knee joints, and your hands or feet. Listen, if you or anybody you know has difficulty in their hands or their feet, it can start as tingling and become incredibly severe. You're going to find that Rejuvenate becomes your go-to product for everything I just mentioned and more. Listen to the testimonials in the back office. There's a ton and they are astounding. Next, I want to talk about Restore. Restore 3.0. It's our first third-generation product. And Dr. Bevan has truly created something incredible using two ancient superfoods as the base. Olive oil with olive leaf and black seed oil. The olive oil in the Bible, they found black seed when they opened King Tut's tomb. They've been used for thousands of years because of the benefits they provide to the human condition. But Dr. Bevan has stepped in and uses several elements in a unique way. Example, with olive oil. He uses several elements to increase and detoxify your cells while increasing the mitochondria in your cells, and that is critical. That's unique. Dr. Bevan realized that the mitochondria is he knows it's the power source for your cells, and you've been losing it all your life. You're lucky to have 50% in your 50s and 60s, and maybe it was 10% in your 70s. Dr. Bevan realized if he could increase your mitochondria, then your body would start working the way it used to, the way it's supposed to, the way it did before life and the environment started tearing your body down. And he uses black seed to increase your energy, but it's cellular energy. It's steady, it's strong. There's no jitters. It's not like caffeine or sugar where you get a big high, a big hit of energy followed by a big crash. Cellular energy is steady. Imagine being able to start and complete a task without a need to rest. Imagine the disappearance of brain fog. Well, how about something strenuous like a long bike ride that has a very short recovery time? What it means is you get to live life again to its fullest on your terms and not sit on a couch and watch it all pass you by. And I've only mentioned 2 of the 44 ingredients Dr. Bevan has blended in the right proportions to increase your mitochondria. Proportions are important. Dr. Bevan will tell you that if you take a handful of vitamins, you're lucky if the third aren't a complete waste, overpowered and canceled out by the other things in that handful of vitamins. They have to work synergistically together, and of course, the most important thing is the XDS that lets your body use them like nothing it's ever been able to use before. And so there's 44 ingredients total, properly blended. It takes 8 weeks to make a bottle of Restore. It's not a stir it all up, pour it in a bottle. There is an art and a science, and you will experience it when you take Restore 3.0. Next, some of the most important members of our family are the pets that we have. We have a product called Petlife. Your dog can suffer. Your dog can be lethargic, hardly walk up and down the stairs. Your cat can be shedding, and they're closer to all the bad things in the environment. The chemicals we put in the rugs we have to clean them, the things we put on the lawn to make it grow. Listen, pets are allergic just like we are to things in the environment, and they suffer. You want to bring a dog or cat back to puppy or kitten stage, give them Petlife and increase their mitochondria. And our newest product is called Renew. Renew Brain and Body. Dr. Bevan realized some of the things he needs us to have to increase our mitochondria can't be delivered in a liquid base. They have to be delivered in a dry format. He's created these tiny capsules with these additional ingredients that stand on the shoulders of Rejuvenate and Restore and truly help with the body and the mind to increase your mitochondria and bring you back to a level you probably haven't experienced in years and years. So 4 products: Rejuvenate, Restore 3.0, Renew Brain and Body, and Petlife. There is nothing like what these products could do for you. To hear more about that, I'm going to turn the call back over to Roger. Roger, take it away.
All right, thank you, Dale. Our topic, once again, how not to look old. This is an anti-aging topic, right? How not to look old, move old, act old, feel old, but younger, stronger, and more assertive instead. This is a mental, physical, and emotional issue. Dr. Dan and I have been talking about it all week. You know him as a regular on our call out of Oklahoma City. He's been in that field for decades, worked with many professionals. some celebrities that you would recognize. Tom Selleck, John McEnroe, Bo Jackson, the list is long, patented a lot of equipment nationally, internationally. The question I got for you again, Dr. Dan, is, as it pertains to aging in general and our topic in particular, why is mitochondria so crucial?
Well, mitochondria has so much, well, it's not only the energy that it produces, it also works hand in hand with the nucleus of the cell. There's a strand between the mitochondria and between the nucleus. And when that breaks down, the nucleus is not able to take care of the cell and keep it working the way it's supposed to. So it has to do with that, it has to do with detoxification of the cell, a number of different things that mitochondria does within the cell. And it seems to be involved even in stem cell and at least getting the stem cells to come to where it's supposed to come. So it's more than just an engine, but it's such an important engine. It's a reason, the primary reason you eat, you breathe oxygen, is to get energy to the mitochondria. Now, think of it this way. Think of your cell like a grape or an olive that's set out so long, and it starts deflating and wrinkling and everything. Well, when it comes to human cells, the mitochondria not only fills up inside the cell, but it pumps that cell, cleans it, detoxifies it, energizes it, and helps with the processing of things moving in and out. So in all that, then your cell goes from a wrinkled up grape heading towards a raisin to plump it back up. Yesterday, my cousins invited me over for a steak dinner, and they bought some Restore from me, and Rejuvenate and the Renew. And I was telling you, 6 or 7 years ago, maybe 10, I'm 76 years old. I was looking at around my elbows, and I was getting a crepey type skin that a lot of people have when they get older. I haven't had that in a number of years, and I'm going, it's probably because I've been doing the MoreMito products, that my skin looks just as youthful. In fact, if you put your hand flat on the table and pinch the back of your skin and hold it for a few seconds and let go of it, how fast it goes back down tells you about your elasticity. But elasticity and the actual individual cell has so much to do with mitochondria. We're the only company that's growing more mitochondria. There's other companies that energize them a little bit like what we do, but we're the only ones that's growing it. In growing it, then the cell stays healthy, plump, energetic for the good things, getting rid of the bad things, all that. And that's why you'll look in the mirror and you'll look younger. Everything will work better. Your muscles will be more energetic, more flexible, and you'll be more useful. The difference between you and 20 years ago or 30 years ago, a big part of that is how much mitochondria you have in each individual cell. If you have the kind of mitochondria an athlete has, you have great endurance. If you have the kind of a couch potato has, instead of 5,000 it must sell one, maybe 500 or 1,000, you can barely get off the couch. So it makes all the difference in the world, Roger.
Absolutely. We're seeing that. We're seeing it pop on the 28th day. What is your push-up, from 50 to what? Or the 28th day you want out?
I was for about 6 or 8 years, my push-ups were stuck at 60. And I was happy with that. I do 60 in less than a minute. And then I was taking the earlier version, not the really powerful Restore, but I was taking the Mighty Perform, which was a great product at the time. And the 28th day, my push-ups jumped to 85. Then sometimes I get 90, 95. And that shocked me. I only had 2 capsules left. If that didn't work that way, I would have said, well, that's a good product. My mind seems to be working a little better, but I can't tell it's doing anything to my body. Well, now I can definitely tell. I'm probably stronger now at 76 than I was at 60. At least just as strong, and my chest and biceps and all that stuff is the same. So,
All right. Well, thank you. I'll bring you back at the end. We got more to talk about. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're talking about it. We're talking about how you can feel better, do better, be better, not acting old and decrepit and all that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you where we're going to start. We're going to start tonight. And by the way, let me put in
any diseases. We really feel like we've got a higher concept. What's that higher concept? It's this notion that if we regrow your mitochondria, your body will be able to heal you like you've been healing all your life. It's just that you've lost the mitochondria to do it with. Now, one of those scenarios that can happen is that you have some kind of issue going on that you just can't get past. It could be an issue with your skin, for example. It could be like we had Charles Rutland here a couple weeks ago, 10-year scaly patch up of skin, resisted everything he got from his doctor to the drugstore to the junk that's online, none of that stuff, only temporarily kept coming back. Goes away in 4 days and gets on our technology. Okay? That's because we are turning that kind of battle that your immune system is fighting with more mitochondria. It is a unique thing that Dr. Dan just got to say to us, not everybody else. But I'm not going to let you hear from Rutland. I'm going to let you hear from somebody else tonight.
Yolanda Israel.
I have the pleasure of talking to Yolanda Israel. Yolanda, please tell me what your health concerns were before you were introduced to Mito.
I had a problem in my scalp where I had a knot that had been there for approximately 4 or 5 years, and it itched like really badly to the point where in the last couple of weeks I scratched the hair out of my scalp right there. And weird problem where just all of a sudden I didn't do anything but my back went out and I couldn't walk. So Chief told me that I needed to try the product on my back, and I had been telling him about my head. But it took a little while for me to get it, and each day my back was getting better. But once I received the product, I put it on my head. I use them both. First I put the oil on direct because my scalp is really dry, and then the cream on it. And that was yesterday. That was the first thing that I did not feel like I wanted to take some scissors and scratch the knot out because it was itching so bad. To stop the itching, I use it a couple times a day. So what I do is about 7 or 8 hours I have to reapply it, and then I can go to sleep. And in my sleep, I'd be scratching in my sleep and not realizing, and I didn't do it last night. As well as today, I haven't had to scratch because it hasn't had any itching. I work a lot, and I'm usually working from dark to dark. And right now, I normally would be so tired, I would not be able to stay on this call. And I can go outside and I could do a cartwheel. Well, I couldn't do a cartwheel. I think this is jumping jacks. I have more energy than I had before.
Okay. How many times a day are you applying the Rejuvenate? I presume you mixed from the store in it to that knot that was so problematic for you.
Well, I'm doing it about two to three times. So I do it in the morning, and then I do it around the afternoon, and then I do it before I go to sleep. So I do it 3 times.
Okay. Was it like enlarged or something, and so has it shrunk at all?
You know, it's softer, so it's like a big, I call it a cyst, about the size of a dime, less than a dime size, the size of my head. But the weird part is that when it itches, it would make white stuff come out. So whenever it would itch me real bad, it needed to release. And so it's not, and it would fill back up really quickly. So right now, it's feeling like, it doesn't feel like it normally does. Like normally I'll have to push it. I can't do that right now. I don't need to push it. It's something hereditary because my uncle, my mom, my grandfather, they've had them cut off and they go back. And I'm not getting it cut off. I told him, I'm not letting nobody cut my head, so I don't want to play with that. But it's already stopped me from scratching my hair out because I'm 57. I don't want to lose no hair, and I had a good head of hair until that happened. So I'm hoping to hear somebody tell me how fast you grew their hair back, because that's what I'm looking forward to, getting rid of this knot and seeing my hair go back right there.
Okay. Okay, looks like your body's really making good use of it.
I'm so happy. I had chicken pox, and I thought that was bad. It's just so bad that I literally imagined myself picking up some scissors and cutting it out. Like, it's itching me to the point of where I want to just take it out, and it's just, so whatever it is, it's not supposed to be there, and it's already stopped itching. So I'm believing that it's going to continue my body to help it to get rid of it, and whatever it is, not come back. I'm not welcoming it back. I don't consent to it.
I understand. All right. Well, sounds like you're about to be on top of your game, if you're not already.
Yeah, I'm on it now. My hair is about to be back on top of my head.
Congratulations. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
I find it interesting that she had other family members that had that issue. And we've got evidence that with this approach, your body can flip switches in your genes. It's called epigenetics. And you have a different outcome that has been historically the case in your family. Okay, now, failing eyesight is an icon of aging, right? I mean, everybody kind of knows that. After a while, it's not uncommon you can't see as well. You used to be able to thread those needles is harder to do. You gotta get them magnified, get this to a younger kid or something like that. Okay? But you accelerate it when you have these different conditions and so forth. Good news is that even though your eyes, and let me digress a second. All your major organs have higher amounts of mitochondria relative to the rest of your body. But the highest of all, that's your eyes. So we quite frequently get the kind of results that you're about to hear from Yashika Rice. Yashika Rice, enjoy.
I just wanted to say, because I take it for my eyes, and I'm always on here wanting to give my testimony about my eyes. I started maybe about 4 or 5 days ago, and I could not, in my right eye, I could barely, I couldn't really see. And I have started, the words are a little blurry, but I couldn't even see blur at first. And I can read out of that right eye. And because I wanted to know when I first heard about the product, I'm like, okay, does this really work? Does this really work? Because I wouldn't be able to tell anybody else if it didn't work for me. So what I did, I went to search mitochondria and did a lot of research on it and everything. And what you guys are saying is so true. So I'm always using my products all throughout the day or whatever. But I can truly tell, even when I went outside this morning, I began to see color filling back in my eyes because I had almost I lost color, colorblind. And when I was out today, I was so happy that I see that my eyes are getting clear for me to see better. So I did want to say that the gentleman, he was talking earlier as far as giving it time, because it's not sometimes it could be quick, but sometimes, we want to rush and then we'll say the product didn't work because we didn't give it time. So I'm giving myself time because even while doing my research, I saw that between 1 and 3 months, certain things happen with the eyes, and then from 3 to 6 months, certain things happen. So I just want to tell people, just give it time, allow the product to work, because it's just like when you're taking your other medication, you wouldn't skip a day with that. So don't skip days with this and just listen as far as how much you should take. I think that is so important. And just do it as if you were taking your regular medication and giving your body time to adjust to the product so that you can see a change in your vision, because I'm seeing it. I would not be on here saying it because I do not play with people. So I am seeing small progressions every day, and I thank God because I am going to be able to see and drive again. I say that. And I know that this was heaven sent. God sent MoreMito to me, and I am so grateful. And Roger, I have been practicing the little speech thing, the recording that you sent, so I'm coming along pretty good.
All right.
So thank you.
We gotta tell that mitochondria story. Yes, we do. Sage advice from Yashika Rice. So important to keep your eyesight in good shape. No better way to do it than regrowing mitochondria. Now, excuse me. So, you accelerate the loss of mitochondria when you have bad diseases like high blood pressure and diabetes. They damage everything. And the best way to address that, the best way to empower your body to do that again is deal with it from a mitochondrial perspective, because even if you could get past those individual diseases, you still got to deal with the damage, and you got less mitochondria to deal with it with. right? And doctors don't have a prescription for mitochondria. You only get that stuff around here. Norman Hargrove will tell you that. He had all of that against him. And he's interesting because he left and came back. I'm proud of him. He left, he's a prodigal son. He left. And he will tell you he came back worse than he left, but look what happened. Norman Hargrove. Norman, please tell me what your health concerns were previously, before you were introduced to Mito.
Well, I was having a tough time with diabetes, and it was getting worse and worse. And, down the line, it led into a stroke. I had a stroke a few years back ago. And then it was my eyes were giving me problems, and I was wanting a way to kind of come up on that, Roger.
Okay. So you were with us previously, you're back now. What has recently changed in your health since you resumed using Mito?
Well, I think I've gotten rid of, the doctors can't find any diabetes. I mean, that probably is what led to my stroke. But the problem I'm having with the stroke, Roger, is I couldn't get my balance. Really, really bad. That has since returned. I don't walk with a cane anymore. And my eyesight is making a tremendous comeback. I can see clear as day now.
Wow. How bad was it before?
Well, I definitely couldn't read small print. I couldn't read books. Barely look at the TV. It was getting darker. And anybody that knows about cataract knows that as they get denser and denser, it continues like if somebody's cutting the lights out in the room, and but it's just taking a little bit of time to cut the lights out. But that has since returned. It's gone back the other way.
How about your measurements for your diabetes? What was it before? What is it now?
Well, the diabetes was really bad. I know I was hospitalized twice for the diabetes, but now they can't find the diabetes.
How high did your blood sugar measurements get before, and what are they now?
They were about a little over 300, 320, 340. Really bad stuff, and now it's down to 110.
Okay, that's major. You got a little bit further to go. You want to get it under 100, but in the morning when you're fasting glucose. But that's life-saving.
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing that, Norman. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the last three interviews that I played have something in common. That is that they all improved your circulation. And there are companies out here that hang their hat on that, like, that's all you got to do. No, you got to do more than that. You got to regrow the mitochondria and take advantage of that. The microcirculation, because the inflammation, like in your eyes, Sheikah was talking about that, where she had lost her color vision, starting to come back. And then Norma's vision was fading, like somebody with his eyes turning down a dimmer switch. You turn it back up by putting more mitochondria in there. And this is evident when you go to the doctor, have them do a blood test like George Jones did. George Jones.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I've been taking the MoreMito for about 2 years, and I'm pretty healthy at 85. They can't believe that I'm 85. And I just had my annual blood test, and the doctor couldn't believe it. He says, everything is perfect. He said, I don't see 30-year-olds come in and have blood tests this good. So I thank you so much, because I've never had a report like that. I know it's due to MoreMito, even though I'm healthy because I don't eat any sugar and refined foods. But anyway, the MoreMito put me way over the top. We love the MoreMito. Thank you.
I appreciate you for that. You're part of your family wellness journey. Oh yeah, it's clear. It's very clear. Now, let's ride with that. So, if we're improving your circulation and reducing inflammation, because that's where it's coming from, right? The blood sugar, the blood pressure, the toxicity, the parasites, the ... make it difficult for you to be healthy body-wide. So you tend to trend toward inflammation. Okay, that's unresolved. So you can get an injury. I know there's somebody multiple somebody, chances are on the line right now, that's got some nagging injury that just won't go away. And it seems like that inflammation is like shifted and going into other areas. That was the case with Novelette. You know, Novelette had that issue, and listen to what happened when she injured her toe. Are you taking it as well?
Yes, I'm taking all three.
Okay. What were your health concerns before you were introduced to us?
I did not have any that I know, except, let me go back. It wasn't saying make health concern. I broke my toe 2 summers ago, and I noticed I was having a lot of pain in that particular area. And it moved from I broke my little toe, but I noticed the pain was spreading from the little toe all the way over to my big toe. So I was having pain. And actually the day the product came in, I was really feeling the pain that day. And I said, well, I'm going to put this product to try since I'm hearing so much about it. So I put a lot of the Restore in it, and I mixed it in well, as Dr. Joy said, make sure it's bright orange. So I put it in until it was bright orange. And I really lather it up. And that was February. I have no pain anymore. So I make sure I'm constantly putting it on, but even if I put it on, I'm not feeling any pain. And then I discovered something else. Where I am here in Florida, the pollen is so bad here. I mean, you go out, everything's green. Like, so that same black kitty comes in, he's green, everything is green. My nose was stuffed up a lot. And I said, I wonder what this will do if I put it on the bottom of my feet. And I rubbed it on, and I could breathe almost instantly. I was actually amazed. Because I know if you put something on your feet, how the rest of your body. So I tried it, and it worked.
Have you noticed anything else, possibly your mental acuity or your elimination, anything like that?
Well, I didn't have any issues in that regard, but I take the product because I believe in prevention. So I'm taking in health, and I see it as something that's going to keep me having my mental clarity, keeping me the way I am right now, because I plan to live to 120. So I'm taking it to keep my health going.
Right. We're going to need some mitochondria for that, for sure.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay. So, this is obviously it's not just a physical thing. When Bevan and I were talking about what we wanted the formulation to do that you're taking right now, high on my list was the emotional side. We wanted to be able to not just do it physically, but mentally and emotionally. We didn't know that it was even possible. But boy, did Bevan overachieve. Okay? And it's evident when you listen to people like Adam Mars talk about the handling of stress far better, greater sense of well-being, and there's obviously emotional intelligence. Well, you can put that together with your lost 20 pounds, and you can line dance for hours. Hey, I'm so happy you could join us today. I don't think that people understand how big a difference you can make in your life if you were still good on this technology. Could you talk about that a little bit, given that you've had the experience you've had?
It's really been awesome, Dr. Dale, Dr. Devin. It's life-changing for me because I was the type of person that wouldn't accept the fact that I may have been under stress. Because I always saw my parents do everything and still function, so I thought I could do the same thing, but I realize now how much stress has been released from my body since I've been on MoreMito. And it's
it's just a wonderful feeling to have that feeling of well-being. Like someone said, is you know you're alone, but you're not lonely. And having that mental confidence and stability in yourself, to be at peace with yourself. And physically, I feel great. I don't have two left feet anymore most of the time. I've learned to line dance, and I never was a really good dancer, but I can get out on the floor now and dance for 3 or 4 hours. And that's all because of MoreMito, and I just love it. I can't say enough about it. People don't believe it, but I don't know why. You know, they just need to open up their brain and receive it.
Yeah, you lost some weight too, didn't you?
I did. Went from 185 to 165. That was after I started with the brain and body, because when I first started, we were out of the brain and body, so it was like January when I started using it. And I had an experience similar to what you said when you first started with the brain and body. So I kind of backed off of it a little bit, and then one morning I woke up, you need 2 brain and bodies. And I took 2 brain and bodies, and I've been taking at least 2 brain and bodies every day since then, and that's probably been back since February. First thing in the morning, there sits on my nightstand with my bottle of water. That's the brain and body.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it. It was so enlightening to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's recap what we're doing here, especially if you got on a call late or you just need to hear it again. Our approach to this health and wellness thing is exclusively about regrowing mitochondria. Why is that necessary? Because you lost it, right? Everybody starts out with a lot of them when you're young. That's why you got all that energy. But the reason that things break down and fail as you go through life is because you've been losing it. Again, by the time you're 60, you lost half of it. By the time you're 89, it's down about 5 or 10%. That isn't making anything work better. What we found out, thanks to the feedback from folks like you heard, many others of you, is that it's a real thing that when you grow back mitochondria, your body fixes all this stuff, and in some cases what's thought to be unfixable, right? We did a call called How to Survive a Death Diagnosis, and we went through all these examples of people who were told, you go get your will, so you're going to die. And they live. Why? Because we restored their mitochondria, and it's that important. And it extends to all the neurological, mental, and emotional issues too. Maybe it's an addiction, right? Maybe it's something you were born with, like autism or ADHD, right? Or maybe you're just trying to be your truest self so you can get the most out of your life. Either way, it can be powered by mitochondria. And we just happen to have that exclusive technology to do it. So congratulations, you came to the right place tonight, okay? All right. So with that, Dale Bonet with the commercial.
Thank you, Roger. Listen, everybody, you get these incredible products at MoreMito.com, MoreMito.com, then a / and enter your username. You're now at your, you know it's your site because your name's at the top of the page. So is your phone number, so is your email, and that's where you send people after you've told them the initial things about the product, what it's done, what it could do, and they can go on your website and read about the ingredients. They can see the ingredient list. They can read about XDS. They can see the labels that are on the bottles. They can listen to selected testimonials, but most important, they can purchase from you. They can't buy from the company. They buy from you. And they can also join the company and access a greater list of the library of testimonials, as well as be live on these calls. Look, we created a one-of-a-kind product line. You heard that tonight. Imagine Norman Hargroves, his doctors can't find a sign of diabetes. That was a major thing affecting him, and it's gone. For Norman, an incredible development. Well, listen, we don't charge people to join this company. It's free to join. It's free to be here on a monthly basis. You don't pay anything. The websites, those are all free. We don't make you purchase anything. You don't have to be on auto ship. We're here to support the knowledge of this product and getting it out to people. And when you participate with us, you can participate in remuneration as well. We have a tremendous pay plan. You're going to love it. Once you're a verified member, we've checked your phone, your email, we've confirmed you're real. Then we don't pay once a month, once a week, or even once a day. When a purchase happens, your compensation is in your back office to use. If you've joined us as a referring customer, then you've got Mito Cash. Spend it on product, pay for your shipping, send it to other people. Or you can upgrade, that's also free. You can upgrade to a paid rep. Now you utilize the Stripe connectivity for ACH, the new international standard, to make it happen fast and secure. Sign up for the Stripe, it's free. And send the money to your bank account. You can send money to PayPal, to Venmo. You can even use the old-fashioned ACH. Get it into your bank account. Listen, we've done everything we could do. We've created a one-of-a-kind product. If you were going to create a one-of-a-kind product to help people, you would create this. We created a one-of-a-kind company to support it. We don't nickel and dime you. We don't charge you. We just want to get the word out. In fact, we're here to support you. We've got a customer service you can call. How many companies, you don't even speak to a human anymore. It's all by email. You call us, you're going to get your call answered, or you're going to leave a message because everybody's on the phone. You're going to get a phone call back. That is staffed 6 days a week. And you call in and hang up, we see it. Every call is recorded. And why do we support you? We're here to answer your questions on hierarchy, on compensation, on the products. We're here to do everything that we can do to help you. There's one thing we can't do. We can't talk to the people you know. We can't talk to the people you're bumping into. We can't reach the people you interact with to change their physical lives. You can do that, and we're here to support you all the way. Roger, if I left anything out, let me know. I'm going to turn it back to you.
You did great, Dale. We have two obvious opportunities here as we get ready to go to our Q&A. But by the way, do stop by on your phone if you've got a question or comment. We're going to get to that next. But what I want to emphasize right now is that the first opportunity we have is very obvious. We suggest you try this technology out. Put it together with your DNA and see what your body comes up with. Maybe you've got a particular health concern, or maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to be the healthiest person that you can possibly be. We make a very strong case every week that more mitochondria can have a lot to do with that. The other thing is that more people need to hear what you've been hearing today, and these on every one of our calls. So we've created this rich free opportunity that Dale was telling you about. It costs you nothing to get involved with us or stay involved with us. We're that no games, no gotcha company. We keep health on 100 and hype on 0, right? And if that appeals to you, and maybe you want to come up with a way to pay for your product or earn more so you can give some more to your relatives, or maybe you're a professional marketer and you want this exclusive technology going for you in your marketing endeavors and experiencing things that we've been experiencing, like extremely high average order amounts, which translates to your bottom line 2 or 3 times what we saw in our previous company, by the way, okay? So again, if any of that appeals to you, affiliate with us. Let's see what we can do together. Okay? All right, so we're going to go to that Q&A, but we're going to make some announcements again like we did on Saturday. I want to hear from Brenda Moore and from Alice Dorsey, and maybe Sam Slade, if Sam is up here, CBC Sam also. But I'll be traveling this coming month in September. I will be in Ahoskie, North Carolina, with Brenda Ford. And I'll tell you what Brenda and I have in common before we talk about that affair there. Brenda is a big advocate for prostate cancer health because her father died of prostate cancer, as did mine. And in that Tri-County area around there, they have one of the highest instances of prostate cancer in the country. And as you know, if you're a regular on this call, this approach we have of regrowing mitochondria helps people a lot in that area. So Brenda, talk to us about it.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Roger, for this opportunity. It is Eastern North Carolina, where, as Roger said, that there are people, there are men who have to drive 50 miles away to see a doctor. The area can't keep a radiation oncologist there. So therefore, men may not want to drive that far. And it's imperative that we get the word out. And that is what I've been trying to do for the past 11 years. So I invite you to the area, Raleigh, North Carolina. The days will be Thursday, September 18th, from 6 to 8 p.m. And we will be at the Carpenter Shop Church in their fellowship hall.
All right. That announcement is going to be up in your back office shortly. You'll be able to see it and all. It's the 18th. So mark your calendar for the 18th of next month, September. If you're anywhere in the area, by all means, come and join us. There's going to be some radio programs, Brenda, leading up to that.
There will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday leading up to the 18th, which is Thursday, as I said.
Where we will have 3 guest speakers, and they will share with you about prostate cancer. Now, I also heard something tonight that Grace sent over to me. So we want to talk about, we want to do this live from Main Street. Of course, it is a small town, but we're working on everything. So yes, there will be radio leading up to that evening. Thank you.
So if y'all are in that area, close to that area, have friends or family in that area, invite them out. Everybody needs to know about this. And as they're speaking about men with the prostate cancer, get them out there. Because a lot of times men don't really take care of the body the way they should, right?
On Saturday for Sam, you there? Sam, you done mute? I see it flashing, Sam. But I bet Alice is already unmuted. Alice, you there?
I'm here, yes. Thank you.
Okay. So this, I'm really honored that you invited me to speak there. This homecoming that the E.J. Hayes High School folks put on has been going on for over 50 years. And it is hard to get a hotel room around there. That thing is really popular. So tell folks about what we're going to be doing again. I'll be doing the Cancer Can, and I'll be speaking there to that group. So talk to us about where you and Sam are up there.
Okay, thank you, Roger, for the opportunity to share. And yes, the honor is mine to have you go there and speak to the Williamsonians and educate people on, as I said Saturday, that we don't have to die of disease. We can live a long life as long as we restore and replenish our mitochondria so the body can heal itself the way that God created it to. So it's just getting the message out there. And that's what I call myself. I'm a messenger, and I love to educate people throughout my career in the financial services industry as well. So this is a continuation of me helping people. So then the event will be on the 20th, September 20th, at Saturday, from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. And it's at the Hampton Inn. That's on Highway 17 in Williamson. So as I said before, if you're in a 2-hour radius of Williamson, come and invite those family, friends, and whomever. Invite them to come and hear from our one and only CEO, Mr. Roger Hill. Thanks again.
All right. Did we ever get Sam? No, Sam is still muted. Okay. All right, so yeah, I'm delighted to do that. We'll do that on the 18th and Saturday the 20th. I'll be continuing on heading south. I'll be in Greenville Tuesday and Wednesday. One of those times we're going to have a meet and greet. I got to go hang out with Bevan for a few days. Got a lab down there. We got a lot happening or about to happen. So we gotta spend some time together for a few days. And then we'll be back in Atlanta, Reggie, and everybody else in that area. Sandra Mall, that area. We will be at a different location, though. We were at the Hilton before. We're going to be at the Courtyard Marriott, which is less than a mile away from where it was in that same general area. Sandra and Dr. Joy were over there checking it out. Marsha got that deal booked. So we'll be there for the weekend. So mark your calendar. I know we're going to have some people flying in, and I'm going to try my very best, Dale, to have a very special guest for these folks who have never been there before. Okay? Let's see if we can pull that off. So,
if you're in the Atlanta area, you want to be there. If you're in the Atlanta area, let me know so I can get you the necessary information so you can be there, because you don't want to miss this. Got friends and family in the Atlanta area. You need to get them to this event. Everybody needs to get their health stronger, right? Everybody needs strong mitochondria. And that is what our products do.
The last couple of years. All right. So,
naturally.
Okay, so again, those announcements will be up in the back office. You'll see them soon. We just got that nailed down today. So we'll get that up for you. We'll put that on your calendar. That will be the weekend of the 27th. So we'll be there Saturday the 27th, Sunday the 28th, right? And we're going to rock the house, okay? That will be a new house worship time.
So September 27th and September the 28th in the ATL Atlanta. And then September the 18th through 20th, he's in the North Carolina area. So if you're in those areas, you have people in those areas, make sure you communicate with me so we can get you the necessary information to get out to those people, okay? Or to yourself.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm going to tell my testimony first, and then I have a question from someone who is working in dialysis with patients. My testimony briefly is I started last July, and I was 148 pounds, now 125. My hair grew 4.5 inches and 4 inches in 4.5 weeks. And some folks that have powerful testimonies, like Ambrose, people have heard he got rid of pancreatic cancer down to 0 in 6 weeks. So what I have a question this evening is that was posed to me to ask that why are patients that's been on dialysis for a while, when they get out, they have big round bellies. Like they look like they're pregnant, like really round. And then they send them out to get what's called a PAC or PAT. And I think the person's on the line, I don't know if it's the word PAT or PAC. But the question was, when they're on dialysis, why when they get out they have big round bellies? And how does the mitochondria with the cream, or just a question, why is it like that? And then I'm sure I told them it might have been.
So maybe they're retaining fluid for some reason, but let me see if Dr. Dan got some insight on that. Dr. Dan, why do they have those big bellies?
And that's what I would have said too, Roger.
Inflammation.
They're probably not. Are their ankles swollen? It tells you too whether they're retaining fluid. But sometimes it is in a lot excess amount of fluid in the intestines and stomach and stuff, and throughout the other area. Now, I don't think there's a reason dialysis would cause the visceral fat to build up.
Yeah, I think it's like you're saying, it isn't the dialysis, it's the condition, right? Because I got a call right before this call started. A friend of mine, we had a lady who was concerned about someone who was having liver failure, okay, for example. And and he also, had all everything else going bad with it too. So, but because his organs were not detoxing him, the fluid was backing up. They would pump off 10 pounds of fluid every time he had to go get that treatment. So it can create a lot of volume, right, of extra fluid when you have organ failure like that in your detox organ.
Oh, it can be a lot. I mean, huge amount.
Great knowledge.
Where people just deflate like a balloon when they start getting rid of excess fluid buildup in the lymph system. The whole lymph system may be retaining too much. You can't pump it out. It's going bad. I'm wondering if the heart
Yeah, would be an excellent instance for that to happen. All right.
Yeah,
So
that would be great to have some testimonies on that one, dialysis, which Dale, you all were gracious enough to give on the eyes and and pancreatic, all the cancers. But it'd be great for the dialysis, the kidneys.
Oh, we haven't though.
Yeah, we do. We may get one in this call. So let me get to the rest of them. Let me get to the rest of them, and then we'll get one. Thank you for that, Paula.
This is why I tell y'all, have your pens and papers so you can take your notes, because this is great information, great health knowledge.
Tupelo, Mississippi.
All right. Jack Lowe, I've unmuted you. Go ahead with your question.
Jack, come on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tupelo, 9181. Who is it?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's Aberdeen.
This is Aberdeen, Mississippi.
Okay.
I have glaucoma real bad. And my doctor told me that he could not get my vision back to where it was. But he could save the little vision that I have. I have very little vision. Everywhere that I go, I have to be guided. And I was wondering, do you have a product that I could use to help my vision get better? I can't drive anymore. I used to drive. I can't drive anymore.
Okay, what was your first name again?
Okay. My name is Teresa Stronger. I'm from Aberdeen, Mississippi.
Okay, change that in the caller ID, Dale, please.
Yep.
Okay, so how long have you been on the call tonight?
I've been on here ever since y'all got started.
Okay, so I gave you 2 interviews. Okay, I gave you 2 interviews tonight with people with eye issues. Okay.
Yes.
You got
everybody uses the same thing.
Rice, who had lost her color vision. She was going blind. Okay.
Yeah.
And from our perspective, it doesn't matter what the disease is. Let's keep that straight to start with. So we're not trying to deal with the disease. Your body's just amazingly good at that, more amazing than we knew once we started regrowing this mitochondria we found out. Okay? So when we do that, your body is able to repair this. It's able to, in the case of glaucoma, where you have this eye pressure that's killing the nerves in your eyes and your vision is narrowing, right? So, and you may be like, instead of having eye pressure like in the teens or something, like it might be 20 or 30. And consistently, once we get people get on this technology and start regrowing the mitochondria, they report that it goes down. So it's just, bottom line is your body can fix it. We know how to get the mitochondria, and it seems to happen rather consistently. Right? One of my best friends from my Pentagon years, Terrence Simmons, he was legally blind. He couldn't see at all. And we've had any number of other folks. So give it a try. Go get a brain and body bundle. Start taking this stuff like you heard other people do. And stay in touch with us. Let's see what happens as you get yours back.
This is the brain and body bundle.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Thank you.
All right.
How you get it will be in the description.
What do we see about
or get back with the person that referred you if somebody else referred you.
Well, I'll leave Clive Asher Sherman's on here with Ghana. I wonder what time it is in Ghana right now. But I'm going to go to Commander Anthony Smith first. Let's go get the commander who's here in the D.C. area, out towards Gaithersburg.
All right.
Commander,
I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you, Roger and Dale. I just wanted to say that we had a great expression of commitment to MoreMito at the National Index Convention in Greensboro, North Carolina. We just got back from a week of serving veterans, helping veterans at our 79th annual convention in Greensboro, and we had our table out there representing MoreMito, and it was a great big hit because, as you know, a lot of veterans suffer from disabilities and ailments, from serving.
That's what they
offer
need.
an alternative, a great alternative with the MoreMito technology, because, you know, so many veterans are on prescription medication that the VA supplies, but they're not getting relief. They're just, you know, dragging along. And a lot of veterans actually commit suicide, about 23 a day. So we are committed
Didn't know
to
that.
helping to eradicate that down to zero. And I think MoreMito is a very important technology that will be able to help with that. So we basically were able to give bundles away in terms of samples, and these veterans were so appreciative, very grateful. And not only that, they have service dogs. So they have it there, a company called Pause for the Cause, and they have all of these service dogs on site at the convention, and some of them were limping along. I hate to say that some of the dogs needed help because they were, you know, old in age, 12, 13 years old, and they were limping along with the veterans. So we were able to offer MoreMito Petlife to these service animals. And I sent Roger some of the pictures and photos of our event, and it does show all of the service dogs, and their handlers and owners were very happy that there's something that can help their service dogs as well, because as you know, the veterans, just like anybody else, they love their pets. And to know that, oh wow, there's something that can help not only them, but their service dogs, their family members, that was a really breath of fresh air. And then I have a personal testimony. I have a service dog myself and a cat, and I adopted both of them during the pandemic. I adopted my cat, Marcus, and from PetSmart. He has they told me, oh, you can't let the cat go outside, but it was clamoring to go outside. So I gave him the shots, got him the shots from our vet, and he went outside, but his ears got tore up, you know, from the bugs and whatnot, and so much of the bloody and the pus was coming out the ears. I said, oh my God, I gotta get this cat to the vet. But guess what? Petlife came into the mix at the right time. I gave my cat those drops in his food, and 2 days, I tell you, 2 days, it all cleared up. His ears looked brand new, very furry, and all that, those the pus and the blood, and it looked like popcorn. It all disappeared.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Commander, you're a commander with AMVET, a really great charitable organization. Happy to hear you doing great work with that. Thank you, sir.
Yes, and if anybody wants to join, we're AMVET, post12dc.org. We're located here in the Washington, D.C. area, and we love helping veterans.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So let's talk to, did we lose that person? I guess we did.
We did.
Lomax.
Anna went away.
We'll talk to Lomax in Marysville, Indiana.
Hello.
Lomax, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
How you all doing?
Hello.
Okay.
So I've been on the product for a month, and things are, good for now. But I do have a question. I have a daughter, and I've been listening to a lot of the videos that's on in the back office. But I'm not sure if I heard anything about eczema, and I have another person that has a hernia in her stomach. And I need to know about those two. Is there anything or those products can help with those two issues?
Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. Go to the playlist. Go down to eczema. My granddaughter had it.
Regrowing your mitochondria, and mitochondria helps literally everything, because everything in your body takes energy, right?
That's right.
So yes, we've had people report that eczema curing anything specifically. We're generally restoring mitochondria. Your body will just astound you at what it can do, including that condition you're concerned about. And what was the other one? You had eczema. What was the other one?
The other one was, I have a close friend that has a hernia in her stomach, and it's pretty big. So I just need to know what she needs to do.
So honestly, if the hernia is bad enough, you may need to have your surgery. Before you do that, get a bundle, mix and restore and rejuvenate, and start massaging it into that area multiple times a day. 4, 5, 6 times a day is not too many. And what your body will do with that nourishment is regrow some mitochondria, help it normalize the inflammation. And we've had people who had hernias that the problem just got resolved like that, right? Depending on the severity of it and whatnot. So yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do, if I got any kind of anything that's concerning me, is I got to regrow this mitochondria. We've been doing this 10 years, right? And there's nothing more profoundly effective on fill-in-the-blank conditions than that, including hernias. Okay?
Okay.
Need to know how to mix it? Go on the Healthy Wealth Show with Stephanie. Go on the playlist, and we show you how to mix the restore and rejuvenate, like he just mentioned.
Okay.
Okay.
He was trigger happy. He cut you off.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I've actually been putting the product in my eyes because I have retinal pigmentosis, even though it burns. But the thing is that I'm just looking for a huge difference in my vision. I've been hearing about the other things that everybody's been talking about, but one thing I've heard that was mentioned about somebody that was blind. My condition is saying that I was going to go blind. So I'm trying, what I want to do is stop that before I get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So I've been putting it in my eyes, even though it burns, but I don't care at this point. If I got to rock myself to sleep, I'm just going to rock myself to sleep till it calm down because it don't last no more than
just close your eyes. It takes the oxygen out and stop burning.
And to all the people who are eye concerned, the fortunate thing as pertains to our strategy is that
she's putting in her eyes.
Eyes have the very most mitochondria in terms of mitochondrial density. It's like pound for pound. Guys got more mitochondrial, let's call it mitochondrial infrastructure. In other words, those cells, when they differentiate to become eye cells, know they need to pump out a lot of energy. Like that color vision that we all have is very expensive when it comes to energy. So when we regrow mitochondria, eyes respond really, really well. Okay, so you got that going. The other thing is that the damage that's been done by whatever condition, yes, we're going to work on that, but you should also do all the common sense stuff you hear us talk about, and Dr. Dan talks about in his nutritional counseling. Something is causing it. I don't know if it's high blood pressure, the diabetes. What other underlying conditions do you have that might be contributing to that?
Well, this is where I was born with, because it's been there ever since I was 5. So it's always been there. It's supposed to be hereditary, but they did DNA show that my mother or my father's side of the family, nobody went blind. It's just something that I got in me,
Right.
And I've already blood pressure good. I don't have diabetes or anything.
You asked my question. Let me respond. You asked my question.
Okay.
I alluded to this earlier. It was the first person I interviewed. They had this hereditary thing going in their family too. Yolanda Israel. She pointed out that condition she had with that, whatever it was driving her crazy with all the itching. Other family members had it. We also had I can't think of her name, out of Atlanta, lost hearing in her left ear for 37 years. They come to find out other members of her family that had lost hearing in their same left ear. How strange, right? But they get on our technology and their bodies defy their genetics and fix it. Okay? So I'm very encouraged by you. I can't wait for you to get on this stuff. Take a bunch of it and tell us
Well, I've been taking it. It's been a month
month now.
Okay.
So I'm because I want to have that testimony as well.
Putting your ears
Okay.
all around.
You go, girl. Okay.
All right. I'm talking to y'all finally.
Okay, my pleasure. Come on. Y'all come back now. Okay. I'm going to get Clive Ashley Sherman on here from Ghana. He's staying up late. Let's hear from Clive. Clive, are you there?
Yeah, Clive, I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
And what time is it in Ghana? Clive, what time is it in Ghana right now?
2:13 a.m.
He's serious about his health. He's on this at 2 in the morning in Ghana.
Doing good, man. Talk to her.
Well, I was listening, and I was wondering, I've been hearing a lot of testimonies where people use the pet product in their eye.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been hearing a lot of fast recovery, and some people need to know how to make it happen for you faster, because some people read the label and they believe they're limited on how much they can step up. Then I hear testimonials, especially with the eye, where they've been doing it 4 times a day, 3 times a day, specifically on the eye. And last question, the eye and the brain, I heard, I'm just looking for specifics, that the eye and the brain is where the most mitochondria are created. Is that true?
Yeah, the eyes are the very most, and they grow out of your brain and bring it all together. That's in the top 3, heart, brain, eyes. Yes, very true.
Now, also, can people use the pet product in their eye? Because I've been hearing that
The popularity of our pet product for going in the eyes has to do with the fact that it's milder than restorative. Okay, restores is kind of strong, although, you know, there's people that use it every day. On Saturday, we heard from Sharif Tawad. I was telling him, man, you might want to put some of that Petlife in your eye. I said, no, I put this 3.0 in my eye every day. So he's trying to get his life back. So, yeah. So depending on the tolerance score, you can use that 3.0, but if you're doing a lot of it, I personally use Petlife versus put it in my eyes.
Petlife is Restore All.
You asked that on Saturday. I got some more thoughts for you on that.
It's Restore All minus a few things.
To whoever it was that you were talking to, that everybody doesn't take the same dose. Where else does that happen? Isn't that kind of a not very smart question? I mean, on the part of that person, you see it everywhere. I double and triple dose every day. Okay, every day. We are not talking about a controlled substance here that's dangerous, and you got to worry about it, right? Because that's what medication is. They're controlled for a reason. They are more dangerous. You have to be careful. That's why you need to get a prescription for it. You don't need a prescription for this stuff. It is so safe. I call it a high-tech salad dressing, okay? And you can take as much of that as you need. And people with very serious health conditions, every single time, if I get somebody come to me, and let's say they got cancer, I'm going to say, you don't need a lot of nourishment. You need to start with at least 2 brain and body bundles, okay? I told my friend here, Ron Bush, that he had cancer, managed to get rid of it, but still was a cancer long haul. You know how you got like COVID long haulers? He's a cancer long hauler. No energy, sleep all day, can't do anything. Very vulnerable, right? Because when your mitochondria are low, your immune system's at risk of not being able to defend you. So he goes to get the 2 bundles, and the first week he maybe had 1 good day. The next week was like every other day. The last time I talked to him, he was having more good days than bad. Okay? So that's the process as you go back with. That process would have been slower if he was single dosing. Come on. I mean, this is it's not a serious question on the part of that person. I mean, it defies common knowledge, you know. But that's what happens. So that's the deal, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Grace and all my frat brothers to make a 5-5 fraternity. Brothers, I need to get this. Stop playing.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
So holler at me tomorrow in my afternoon, okay? Clyde, holler at me tomorrow afternoon in my afternoon. Grace got my number and everything. I want to talk to you, okay?
So when they were talking about the Petlife, the Petlife is the Restore All minus the citrus. because the citrus is what stings, and the pets can't have it, and they just put the Petlife label on it. So
all right, Irene, I've unmuted you.
it's a human product that's made to be where pets can use it.
Hello, Irene.
Hi.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the great information and great testimony. And my question is, I've been suffering from major depression and anxiety, and I was in the hospital like a month ago, and all the pharmaceutical medication that I'm taking, it don't seem to help me. So what is best for me? And I also have a bad insomnia.
Okay. So we have a history of helping people with all of those regrowing mitochondria. Had a lady in Dallas who was suffering from depression, anxiety, all those things that you just mentioned. And she educated me on that. She was on the medication for it, but she pointed out that it doesn't just take away your anxiety feeling, it takes away all your feelings. So she walk around, feel like a zombie, just not feeling herself. So one of the benefits you get from this particular approach is it's so natural that you don't have that kind of an issue. Your body just seems to literally sort itself out. Okay? And I think it's related to some of the things we see when people have been at war zones, they've experienced traumas, like got PTSD and all of that. I won't claim that I understand the mechanism. All I know is that people take it and they get better. You know? The brain's able to like reboot itself or something and sort those things out. And you just experience that stress. Now, when I asked Devin what he put in it to help support people in that way, he pointed to the citrus essential oils that are on there. If you go on the ingredient list for Restore, you'll see them down there. So you have that, which was amazing to me because it's like, well, so why haven't you heard about it? Well, you haven't heard about it because nobody else got this XPS technology to make that stuff work at that level. You see what I'm saying? So absolutely.
Did you say citrus oil? Sorry, sir. Did you say citrus oil?
It was citrus essential oils. There are two citrus essential oils in there that are really excellent in that area, more so than I knew. But again, it's just like with all the other, get in the ingredients. Everybody got access to those ingredients. You don't hear these blind seeing, cripple walking, deaf hearing miracles like we pump out every week on this call, right? It's because you can't get it into the cell to make the cells regrow that mitochondria. Everybody else has got a product that I have ever seen that purports to be a mitochondrial product or talks that mitochondrial talk, okay? It's feeding mitochondria, right? Well then, Taco Bell and Burger King can do that, right? Burger King can put out a burger today and call it their mitochondrial burger, and it wouldn't be wrong. All mitochondria do is take oxygen out of the air you breathe, nutrients out of the food you eat, turn it into energy. Long story short, right? So yeah, so you can say that. But if you're going to fix yourself, we got to do some regrowing. And that seems to be exclusive to us. So let's go. Get on it. Let us know what happens, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
This is how you regrow it. Get your bundle.
Grace White, one of my angels, out of Philadelphia.
Details will be in the description.
Go ahead. How are you doing today?
Hello everyone. I have Jessica on the line. Jessica, you there?
I am. Hi, everyone.
I want Jessica to give the testimony, guys, of today of Grandma driving. Go ahead, Jess.
Hi, everyone. So Grandma is turning 89 in a couple months, and they diagnosed her almost a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago with dementia. So y'all talked to her a few times through the calls, but today, Grace put her behind the wheel, and Grandma was driving. First of all, Grandma, prior to having dementia, was a driver still in her 80s. And we just stopped her from driving because we was concerned that she may go somewhere and get lost. That's how we found out the first time that she had dementia. She got to the casino and she didn't know how she got there, and she was a little out of it.
long story short, today she drove for the first time in a year and a half with us sitting alongside her. Grace was there with her, and we just was safe. We let her drive around the parking lot where there was no cars, and she was enjoying it. And she just was so ecstatic to be back behind the wheel. She's been on MoreMito for a year and a half, and it has stopped her dementia from progressing. Meaning most people, by this time, she would have had it for 4 years when they first diagnosed her. She would have elevated to full-time Alzheimer's by this time, and she would have died already. So if those who are experiencing any challenges with memory loss, their family members, we used to have her taking it every hour on an hour. So we did the mass dosing at first, and then we have her taking it 3 to 4 times a day now. She also takes, that's the Restore. She also takes the Brain and Body 3 times a day. So every time she takes oil, she also takes her Brain and Body. And then she doesn't like it because she says the Rejuvenate is cold. But we put the Rejuvenate on her forehead. We rub it in her hair and around her eyes and the back of her neck where her spinal column begins. So that's the regimen that we've been using, and she has not progressed. She has typical, memory issues, but she's 88. She's allowed to be that way. But she has not gotten worse. We are no longer feeling like, that she's going to get lost anywhere. I told them still hide their keys. They don't let her go back to driving today. I said, you better hide her keys. I said, she may run off with y'all. But to see that today just brought me so much joy. I know how hard Grace has been working with my grandmother to take care of her and make sure that she has her MoreMito. She's not missing a beat with it. And we can definitely tell if she misses too many days. So we had a couple times where we waited too long to place an order, and those 3 or 4 days was tough. We saw the difference. So I'm pretty sure it's the MoreMito that's keeping her mental decline from getting worse. And to see her drive today, y'all, and Grace will share the video. Grandma, we asked her, did she enjoy it? She said, yeah, I guess. I like it when y'all drive better. And so she enjoys being a passenger princess now. But I just wanted to share that with you all because from a memory perspective in that regimen, we just have her taking everything 3 to 4 times a day, and it's been keeping it that day. Thank y'all so much for letting me share.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I met
88 years old.
When I was in Philadelphia a couple months ago, and I saw the video that Grace sent earlier today, and I can see definite progress between 2 months ago and now. So really excited that you all are taking such great care of her. So look forward to getting some more progress reports in the future. Okay.
Dementia.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Reg.
All right.
Great progress.
Okay, so Bernetta Horn in Atlanta has joined the call and put her hand up. Let's see about her deal. Bernetta, are you there?
Yes, I've been here. Listening to y'all testimonies. Thank God for you all. I thank God for Sandy for even referring me to this product. And so I'm concerned with the cancer part. What does this person need to take? It's not for me, so I need to know what
everything.
Well, my thing is if they're going to
all work
get
together.
your brain and body bundle, okay? Because here's the deal.
2 bundles.
Really growing mitochondria,
Yes.
and what we have to do with is not found in one place. So you got to spread it out. So we've got the oil product, Restore, right? Cellular repair, organ regeneration, pumping up the immune system that way with that. That's it. You got the brain and body, bringing the water solubles into play, along with specific nutrition for the brain, because all these conditions frequently damage your brain in some way anyway, so you want to fix that. And then you have the topical Restore, or Rejuvenate rather. Put some Restore in there, shake it up, and put it in specific areas. And what kind of cancer is it, do you know?
rectal.
Okay, so you're gonna need that she actually single dosed on that. Somebody gave her a bundle. She took that, and when she went in to get that surgery, there were no live cancer cells. And that cancer was so bad that the doctor told her that if it's as bad as I think it is, because it had already ruptured, she started bleeding, and she almost bled to death and was hospitalized out of town. And she came back, they stabilized her, she came back, they subsequently scheduled her for the surgery, but the surgery found no live cancer cells. And she's now since subsequently had 2 follow-ups on that, and there's still no cancer cells. So this notion of regrowing mitochondria, and by the way, is rooted in the fact that your body's doing an amazing job of killing cancer every day. Every day. Like, let's say you got 40 trillion cells there, about, you generate about 10,000, excuse me, you generate about 10,000 microcancers a day that your body has to hunt down and destroy. And it's been doing that. But think of how amazing. If one of them escapes, if one of those microcancers is able to attract the blood supply, and by the way, inflammation encourages that. The more you can keep that inflammation down, that's part of what our formulation is designed to help your body support. You know, the better you're off. Anyway, if that happens, if one of those microcancers attracts the blood supply, it'll grow 16,000 times in 2 weeks. It'll just explode. And that's when it becomes noticeable and can be invading other tissues and becoming a life-threatening problem potentially. Okay? Now, you got these killer cells. That's what they call it. Terminators, like Arnold Schwarzenegger was.
Pac-Man game.
Yeah, it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're going around eating them up like Pac-Man. Yeah, that's good. So they find them, and you have many different cells in there. Some of them just will tag these cells, but these NK, these natural killers, all they do is kill stuff. That's their job, 24/7. Whether it's a parasite or a tumor or a cancer, whatever. If it says it's not done belonging, it's going after. It actually injects a cytotoxin. That's a toxin that kills cells into the cell to kill it. So that's what's up, you know, and that's a very energetic process.
So what about diet? Do you need to change the way you're eating anything?
If you're eating poorly, you absolutely should. Is Dr. Dan still here?
Cut that white foods up.
Dr. Dan
Turn
is
your
left the
sugar.
building? Okay. All right, so you should do all those common sense things that you heard, okay? Do not overindulge in sugar and carbohydrates. It's going to be sugar in 20 minutes. Get on a vegetable-oriented diet because you got lots of stuff in all those vegetables you see in the produce section that has stuff in it your body can use to protect you with. So do that. You know, let's live a healthy lifestyle for a while. Don't, you know, kind of have one foot on the gas trying to fight this problem with ourselves, the other foot on the brake because you're eating bad. Okay, so if you do all those things, you don't further compromise yourself with bad diets and bad situations, then you're giving yourself your best chances.
Okay. And you said that bundle was the brain and body. You need 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
2 of these bundles, the brain and body bundles.
Right now, everybody got
2 of these.
If you get 2 of those, you get 2 restores, 2 brain and bodies, and 2 rejuvenate.
2 restores, 2 brain and bodies.
You know, that's
2
what
rejuvenates.
Body. Wait a minute, 1 second. Brain and body is pills. Rejuvenate is cream.
You rejuvenate the oil. Restores the oil, rejuvenates the cream, and brain and body capsules. But there's a bundle there.
The capsules.
If scroll down where you see the brain and body bundles.
This is a bundle.
The rejuvenated one, the bundle.
Okay, well, you can start with that, and then order some. Next time you order some more brain and body bundle. Just order the brain and body by itself. I think they got some bundles on there where you get a bunch of these brain and bodies in a bundle by themselves. So you got options there, or you can certainly get with your upline.
Yeah, we've got a bundle. Roger, we've got a bundle 9, that has buy 3 brain and body, get 1 free. So a free $50 brain and body. And in fact, all the bundles, everybody, the reason we built these bundles, every bundle has 1 free item in it. You're saving $50 If you bought the brain and body bundle, you're getting one of each in a single bundle, and one of those items is free. So we're here to help you. By the way, we haven't raised the cost. Price is important to me. We have not raised the cost in 4 years. What else are you buying today that you're paying the same as you did 4 years ago? The answer is nothing. We work hard to bring you these products and to make it affordable.
And I appreciate it. And you're going to get your money back a lot more, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's constantly blessing your mind and your pocket. So, you know, you're always blessed.
There you go. It's all money in God's bank. That's why we're here.
Right.
So if y'all know somebody had cancer, they need 2 of the brain and body bundles. This is the brain and body bundle.
Take the brain and body as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Brain and body.
That increase the mitochondria.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Have a blessed night.
Okay. Put her back. Okay. All right. So, Janice, I will call you after this call. There's only one person left, but we're gonna end the call right here. Dale, I think we had a pretty good call this weekend. What do you think?
I think so too, Roger. I think we touched on something that's central to everybody. Living long is one thing. Living great is another. We want to combine those two, and you can do it here. So I'm very pleased with the questions as well. People are just astounding that we're working with, Roger.
Absolutely. I want to thank all you whose voices we heard, all the rest of you for consistently telling that mitochondria story, getting better at it. It is the best hope that people have to get well, get healthy. And for those of you who are promoting it as a business, kudos to you too. Hey, this is a pretty good business. All right.
Excellent business. That doesn't cost you anything.
We're helping people to make history here at the same time.
Yes.
Okay? We'll see you next time. We're going to do this again this coming Saturday. Okay?
Guys, was that not an awesome call teaching you how to build your mitochondria up the natural way? So we gave a lot of health knowledge on how to get your body healthier, right? The thing is, will you listen to what you heard and will you act on it? So, you know, a lot of people keep saying, oh, I want to feel better from this. I want to feel better from that. But you're doing the same things, right? Y'all, what is the definition of insanity? And don't take this the wrong way. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same things but expecting different results, right? You got to make a change. Now, you heard several people from all over. You even heard somebody from Ghana on there, right? It is 2-something in the morning of Ghana, but that person gets it. That person is serious about their health, and they chose to get up, make sure they were on this call at 2-something in the morning so that they could get that health knowledge, right? You have to want it. You have to want it. So, you know, if you know somebody has cancer, what did they say? You want 2 of these brain and body bundles. 2 of them. Because of what you're needing to take every day is why you're getting 2 of the bundles. Because you're hitting it hard. You're building that mitochondria up so that your body can fix itself from that cancer, right? Oftentimes, even though you're trying to use it for one thing, you'll notice that other things will happen in your body. Like for me, for example, when we first started, before the Restore Oil was available to everybody, several of us had to test it for different things. Well, I was the one that tested it for allergies because of my history of allergies, right? So I remember getting the Restore Oil in on a Saturday. And we already had something scheduled that night. We had an East Texas event that that's done in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the people from East Texas, right? And so, I was just like the kid in the candy factory, or the kid that, when you get new things, you hurry up, you open it up because you want to see what's in there, you want to use it or whatever, right? So I hurry up and I open up my box, excited to use it, right? And I noticed after I took a little bit of the Restore Oil, we took 1 dose, all of a sudden my stomach started bubbling. Okay, y'all. Now we're talking about health. So hope this doesn't gross you out, but be real. We're talking about health, and we're talking about you getting healthy, right? My stomach started bubbling. Well, I had been irregular all my life. I have gone to several doctors. I had several doctors trying certain things, and none of it worked, right? So again, as we're talking about these doctors and what they're telling you to do, whatever, none of the things that those doctors told me worked as far as me with my gut issue, with the bowel movement, right? So when I tell y'all I was terrible, I only went a couple of times a month, right? Now, we're supposed to go how often? After each meal, right? So can you imagine what was going on in my body, right? And I'm just being real with you guys, right? Because, you need to know certain things and experiences that people had and things that have helped them. Well, when it went in there and my stomach started bubbling, it was because it immediately went in there and noticed that I had an issue right there, right? So it immediately went in there and started working on that. Now, did I go that day? No, I did not. But it went in there and started working on that. I didn't go until that Monday. And let me tell y'all, when I went that Monday, it was soft and smooth. Normally, it would hurt when I would use the restroom. Okay? It would seriously hurt. But of course, I had to go through that pain because I knew I was irregular, and that's something that we have to do, right? But after using the Restore Oil, this helped to regulate me when this came out. I was already using the Rejuvenate Gel. But when I was testing this out, this is what helped to start regulating me. Again, multiple doctors. It wasn't just one doctor that, had me try something. I had multiple doctors. When I was in the hospital, they called in specialists, right? None of it worked for me. When I got on these natural products, right? This is actually considered a food. All these products, this is considered a food, right? They're all natural. Again, the medications did not work for me. Okay? So I had to take it on my own, do some research. I had to get that health knowledge, right? Because this is my body. I had to get that health knowledge. And this is what helped to regulate me. So, guys, you want to get your brain and body bundle. It'll be in the description. If you're watching this live, it's not in the description yet, but it will be in the description shortly after the live on the ways that you can get it. And that is if you're referred by me, if you're connected to my channel, and you're not connected to another person in MoreMito, then you'll go in the description and you can follow the instructions on there how to create your free customer website. That's how you get in the system. Everybody has to be referred. So this is Stephanie Alford, and those of y'all that follow from watching our live or watch the playback or whatever, let us welcome you to taking the initiative to change your health. But you'll look at the description that now if somebody else from MoreMito has referred this video to you or this episode to you or told you about it, then you get back with that person, because that's only fair. You get back with that person. But the information will be in the description. If you want to know how they talked about mixing the Rejuvenate and the Restore Oil, we have videos. So on the Health Aware Show with Stephanie, then you'll go to the playlist and you'll go down and you'll see the videos where it shows you how to mix it. There's videos on there that show you how to take the Restore Oil, the regular dosage. If you go on the Health Aware Show with Stephanie, and I stress that because I am live on several different social media platforms. But if you go to the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie and you go to our playlist, we show you the regular dosage for this. Okay. Again, we show you how to mix this. We show you how to create your free customer website. We have the tools there to try to show you and how to make everything real easy for you. But as they were talking about that cancer, if anybody that y'all know that has cancer, y'all, I lost my mom and my uncle to cancer. We've lost several family members to cancer, but had I known about this back then, man, it would have made a world of difference. A world of difference. Not only with the cancer, but other things. My mom, she was disabled from strokes. She had the cuts on her across her wrist, her right here on both hands, because she had surgery on both hands that was supposed to help to open her hands up where she could use it, and it didn't. To me, I look at it as they just took her money. And had I had these products, this would have helped them tremendously, because this would, I would have been putting this on her every day. Rejuvenate gel. We've seen so many people that, their hands are closed up or whatever. They put the Rejuvenate gel on there, and some instantly, can open it up. Some, it may take a little time. Again, everybody is different, but you have to get the products in you to see how your body responds to it. So some may respond quicker than others. Okay. But this is all natural. This is not a medication. This is not a medication. This is all natural. So you want to get your brain and body bundle. You want to get it ASAP. You really want to get it ASAP. But you heard a lot of things. Okay, like you heard about them talking about grandma, right? Grandma's 88 years old. She was experiencing dementia, and they've gotten on here several different times. So if you go back and listen to some of the other episodes, you can hear some of the times that they got on here, and they shared different stages of her going through her dementia. But did y'all hear them say she's able to drive again after being diagnosed, for a year and a half, right? A year and a half. They were serious. They got her on her brain and body bundle to help her get better, right? Build her mitochondria up so that her body could get better. And what has happened? 88 years old, and now she's driving again, okay? But she was someone that was diagnosed with dementia. Y'all heard her say that had she not been on this, then it would have already turned into Alzheimer's. Okay? Y'all, we are serious about this. We're serious in helping people because we have so many people that need to be helped. But people have to have an open mind, okay? And we just have to keep on sharing this with people, So those of y'all like this information, because that way YouTube will put it in front of other people. But share this. This is something that you can share with other people, okay? Feel free to share any of our episodes. Go into the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, and then go to the playlist, share any of those episodes. They are there for everybody to share, because we're trying to do what? We're trying to help as many people as possible get their mitochondria strong. Because if you get your mitochondria strong, your body can fix itself from anything, right? The natural way. This is the way God created our bodies. We have an awesome God, and He created our bodies so that our bodies can fix itself if we give it the right things. So what do you do every day? You eat every day, right? Because your body needs certain nutrients in order for you to live, right? So this is another food. That's what this is considered. This is considered a food. So this is a food that you can give your body to help build your mitochondria up, and then your body can fix itself. So if you want to give somebody the gift of good health, this is a great gift right here. This is a great gift. You want to help even the pets. You hear them talking about the pets. Now the pets use these two products, the Petlife and the Rejuvenate Gel. All the Petlife is the Restore Oil, minus the 2 citrus ingredients they have in there, because animals cannot have citrus, or some animals can't have citrus. So they took it out of the Restore Oil and then put the Petlife label on there. So that's why you hear them saying that, humans are putting this in their eyes and stuff like that, right? Because some people, when they're putting in their eyes, this right here has a citrus in there. Citrus stings in your eyes, right? But now, once you close your eyes, so you put it in your eyes, and once you close your eyes, it takes the oxygen away and it'll stop stinging, right? But those of y'all that are not brave enough to do it that way, now you'll get a little bit more better results, because this has everything in it. But you still get great results because this doesn't have the citrus in there. Okay? But for those of y'all that have pets, these are the products that you want to get. You want to get the Petlife and the Rejuvenate Gel. It does wonders. Go back and listen to our episodes on the pets. We have several episodes on pets on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. So pets have some of the same things. We heard somebody on previous calls where they're talking about their pet had dementia. Somebody's pet had cancer. They have the same things that we have, right? I didn't know that. You know how I learned a lot of this? Is because I chose to get the knowledge. I got on the calls. I'm on the calls on Mondays. I'm on the calls on Saturdays, because this is how I have learned so much. And this has drastically changed my life. Y'all can see in some of the other episodes where I show some of the medications that the doctors had me on. I was on so many different medications, y'all, 18 to 20 something different medications. Seriously. They had me on multiple medications for several things, right? Again, as we say, doctors don't know everything, because I'm a witness that doctors don't know everything, okay? My last daughter, she's 20-something years old. They told me I would never have kids again, right? Well, she came after they told me that, right? So did the doctors know in that case? No, they did not. They told me I would never be able to take care of my family again. Don't I look like I could take care of my family? Absolutely, right? Because I took the initiative to get the knowledge. Then I got on the products. These are the products that I got on. And this helped change my life drastically. We have helped so many lives. You heard them talking about, people that had problems with the eyes, people that were blind and had never seen and now could see, or people that could see out of one now can see better and everything. Because they're taking the initiative, y'all. If y'all are serious about your health, you have to take the initiative. You have to step out, do your research. And even on the back of our products, it has the ingredients on the back of our products, right? Now, of course, you don't have information on the XDX, because that is something that Dr. Bevan Elliott has created to go in here, and that's what makes it work even quicker than other things and better than other things. You heard Dr. Dan talk about how other companies have tried things or have things, and it may help in some areas, but it's not building the mitochondria up like we're doing it, right? A lot of people have other products, but they're not building your mitochondria up. Again, we're not healing anything. What we're doing is we're teaching you how to build up your mitochondria. And if you build up your mitochondria, your mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. For those of y'all don't know what mitochondria is, it's the powerhouse of your cells. Again, mitochondria is the powerhouse of your cells. So if you build your mitochondria up, your body knows how to fix itself from anything. It'll make a difference what you're dealing with. You heard Mr. Hill on here when he asked that one lady, she was asking about the, was it the cataract or something, dealing with the eyes, right? He asked her how long she been on the call. She had been on there the whole time, right? So he had given, there was 2 other people for sure. Might have been more, but I know there was 2 other people that was on there, and they were talking about them getting on the products and the changes that they've had in their eyes, right? But a lot of times people are not fully listening, right? And then they turn around and ask some of the same questions. Well, because he's trying to get to several people, he may say, oh, well, how long have you been on here? Oh, or did you hear, so-and-so, share their testimonial? Because he's, trying to see how much they actually heard, because they came back and they asked the same question, right? Guys, it does not make a difference what you have. We don't go according to conditions, because we're in the mitochondria business. And when you build your mitochondria, your body can fix itself from anything. So it don't make a difference what it is. Anything, okay? Anything. So many people say they're healthy. We heard somebody on here today saying, or this afternoon, saying that their body is healthy, right? But then they go on and share, and you find out their body is not totally healthy, right? If you have some type of health ailments or whatever, does that mean your body's healthy? Something's not healthy in your body if you have something going on, right? It's definitely not 100% mitochondria strong, right? Nobody's 100% mitochondria strong. So guess what? Everybody needs this. Every human and every pet needs these products. Everyone. There's a lot of things out there that, that is not, suitable for everybody. Well, we have something that's suitable for everybody. If you know somebody has diabetes, and especially if they're getting shots in their eyes, right? Then they have, for one, the most mitochondria in your eye area, right? Well, when your mitochondria is not 100%, other things start breaking down in your body, right? Y'all hear how Mr. Hill, which is the CEO, he was asking people, okay, what were the underlying ailments that you had, right? Or were some of the underlying ailments that you had high blood pressure or diabetes? A lot of the things that people are going through, their underlying ailments are high blood pressure, diabetes, etc., right? Well, when you have certain things like that, then other things can start going on in your body, right? So, when you're not strong in your eye area, right? Then other things start to break down. When you have the underlying things, the high blood pressure, the diabetes, etc., right? Then other things, that opens up the doors for other things to move right in, right? That door just opens right up. Other things move right in because your body is not 100%. So, go get your bundle. You want to look down in the description, unless you're live. As soon as I get finished live, I will put the information in the description. You want to go in there, create your free customer website. It's free, guys. Totally free. If you say, oh, I don't have any money for this. Well, guess what? Mr. Hill has covered that too. As a referring customer, you get more Mito bucks. So, you go out and you tell people about things anyway. Walmart didn't pay you when you tell people about things that Walmart gave you. Amazon don't pay you when you go out things, ordered something from there or you saw it on Amazon, right? But we do that, right? We advertise for these other companies that are not paying us anything, right? Well, guess what? You get more Mito bucks. What can you use those more Mito bucks for? Free product. Let me tell y'all how it happened to me. I wasn't telling anybody about it. When it fell in my lap, I was taking it because I needed this to help get my mitochondria strong so I could come off those medications. And by the way, I'm not on any of those medications anymore. I don't go to the cardiologist anymore. I don't go to the oncologist anymore. All those different specialists for my gut and different things like that. Nope. None of that. Why? Because I got on the products. And this has helped my mitochondria. So you owe it to yourself to get on the products. So you can do what? Build your mitochondria up so that your body can fix itself. Now understand, everybody's body is not going to do it the same thing. Some people may have instant results. Some people, it may take a while. Some people may take a month. Some people may take a week. Some people, it may take a year, 2 years. It depends on what your body is going through. So you may see difference in one area and not in the other area. When I was taking this for the products and I kept hearing these people talking about the changes that they had in their eyes, I have stigmatism in my eye. So my eye is shaped like a football instead of, like your regular eye, right? So again, mine has, you see, it's kind of that orangish look that they mentioned. And that's because I have 1 dose of the Restore Oil, which is 4 milliliters or 1 teaspoon, not so full, in there. That's why it looks orangish instead of white. Well, at the time, we didn't have the Restore Oil. This is before the Restore Oil was made. And I would hear about people taking it and just putting it on their eye and putting it around their eye. At this time, nobody was putting it in their eye because nobody had tried it, right? And we get testimonies of people just trying certain things. And when it works for multiple people, then what do? We're trying it as well, right? So at the time I started seeing results, I was just using straight Rejuvenate Gel and put it on my eye. I just demonstrated how you put it on your eyes, right? Multiple times a day I was doing it because I heard people saying how all of a sudden they used it one day and their eyesight got better, or they couldn't read the numbers on the vehicles, mechanics couldn't you read VIN numbers. All of a sudden one day they realized they didn't pull their glasses out, they were reading those VIN numbers, right? Y'all, I used to have a restriction on my driver's license saying that I could not drive. I couldn't operate a vehicle without having my glasses on, or guess what? I could get a ticket or whatever, right? So by me doing this, by using the products and rubbing this around my eyes multiple times a day, you can never do it too many times a day because it's all natural. The restriction has been taken off of my driver's license because my eyesight has gotten better. When I went to renew my license, the lady was very talkative, very nice and everything. She's like, oh, when was the last time you had a eye test? Which I hadn't since since that time that they had done that. We did it. She's like, oh, you don't need this restriction on there. Restriction has been removed, right? And y'all, when I tell you that was a relief, just having a change in my eyesight is a relief, right? So if you know somebody that, whether it's reading glasses, regular glasses, or if they're not even wearing glasses yet, but they've noticed a change in their eyesight, even if you're not noticing a change in your eyesight, you owe it to yourself to put this around your eyes, because guess what? If you put it around here, it's also get into your brain area. So you may have a little brain fog or whatever. This can help get into there, because when it's going around your eyes, that gets into your brain. You heard there was talking like with the dementia, you want to rub it on the back of your neck, right? You rub it around your eyes. I think they said they rubbed it in the forehead. You can rub it, on your scalp and everything. All those areas, it gets into your brain. Okay? Again, it's all natural. All natural. So you want to go and get your brain and body bundle. Again, it's the brain and body. These are capsules. The recommended is 2 a day. if you get the Brain and Body capsules and you start taking a 2 a day and it seems like it's too strong, then you may be one of those that your body has to get used to it. I'm very active. I was just fine. But we have some people that have to go down to one tablet a day, and after taking them for a few days, then your body kind of gets used to it. Then you can up it back to your 2. Then we have some people that take even more than that a day, right? This is a 30-day supply or 2 capsules a day. So there's 60 capsules in here, right? So if you choose to take more than 2 a day, then just know that you're going to need more than 1 bottle for the month, right? Same thing with the Restore All. This is a 30-day supply. So this is a 30-day supply. You're doing 4 milliliters a day. So it has a dropper that comes in here. And so you can either take it up to the 1 milliliter line, do 4 of those, and that's 1 dosage, or a teaspoon, not as full. So you put 4 droppers in a teaspoon and take that. That's 1 dose. So you heard him talking about people taking it double, triple, several times a day, right? So if you're taking it several times a day, you're going to need more than 1 bottle for the month. Taking it 2 times a day, you need 2 bottles. You're taking it 4 times a day, you need 4 bottles, and so on. Rejuvenate Gel. Y'all, I go through this so much. I go through it all. But the Rejuvenate Gel, I really go through this. We had to put some on my daughter earlier today. My kids love. So it just depends on how much you're using, how often you're using, as to, how soon you have to purchase more, right? But again, you want to do it in our bundles, because in all of our bundles, you get a free product, right? You get a free product in our bundles. So if you do the Brain and Body bundle, you're paying for the Restore All and the Brain and Body, and you're getting a Rejuvenate Gel free. Bundles are the way to go because you get free stuff, right? So I told you how you get the free products. Once you create your website, especially if you go from the link that I'll put in the description after we come off live, the link that's in the description, it takes you straight to the page where it's automatically you are automatically referring customers. Just fill the information out. It's real simple. You put your name, address, phone number, email address, picking your username and password. When you're picking your username, you want to pick something. Do not put an email address in there, because your username is what's attached to your website. So like mine is moremito.com/salford. Alford is my username, right? So so don't use an email address. Try not to use something too long, because depending on what if you're making flyers or whatever, business cards or whatever, and you're putting it on there, you need it to fit, right? And you want to make it kind of something where somebody's going to remember, right? So, but that's how simple it is. Once you put that information and hit submit, your free customer website's up just like that. Then if you want to actually go and order your product, so now that you have your free customer website created, you will go to your back office. How do you go into your back office? And we also have videos on on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie. Success on Stephanie is my other channel. So some of you may be actually watching this live on Success on Stephanie. But on the Health and Wealth Show with Stephanie, if you go into the playlist, you go down, you can see how to order as well. So how do you you have to go and log into your back office. How do you log into your back office? That video is there as well. You will, once you go on your website, click login, then you will put your username. Like mine was S. Alford, right? S. Alford, I put in there, and then my password, and then I'm into my back office. Once I'm in my back office, I'll go to Shop MoreMito. Once I go to Shop MoreMito, I'll click on the people products. Remember, we have pet products as well, right? So I will click on the people products, and then I'll click the green button, and I'll scroll down to the bundle that I want. Right now, the Brain and Body bundle is the go-to. The Brain and Body bundle. Again, if you have cancer, you want to make sure you go ahead and start out with at least 2 of these. Hit it hard. If you can afford more, then you can do more. The more the merrier, right? The stronger that you hit it. But then you go down and, you choose your bundle that you want. And then it's pretty self-explanatory from there. It's very easy. But there's a episode in the back office that shows you how to do your order. If you need my assistance with anything, whether it's creating your website, helping you with your order, you name it, we're here to help you, okay? Then you can text me. Text only. Do not call me because of my schedule. You text me, then we can schedule a time that we can talk. You can text me at 817-320-2571. Again, 817-320-2571. And I'd be happy to make sure that you get your setup correctly, you get your orders, etc. Whatever it is that we need to do. And if you want to start telling people, any of our videos or episodes are there for you to share with other people so that the videos do the talking for you, right? The episodes, they do the talking for you. Multiple times I just send that information out to people. It tells you what to do, and it has the information on there, and then people just come on board just like that, right? Because some of the people are serious. Now other people, do they contact me? Do they ask other questions? Yes, we get the questions answered and everything, and we get them started. If you're serious and you actually want to earn some income from it, right? Again, something else that's free. You get all this comes with your totally free customer website, because Mr. Hill is so awesome. He created things up to work for you in multiple different ways, right? So can some people replace their income? Yes, we've had multiple people that have replaced their income, right? But all you're doing is sharing information with, with people, teaching them how to get healthy, right? And just think about it. That can change your lifestyle. But we can get with you on that. We have, conference calls. We have Zooms that, shares that information. I think there's one actually in our, on the Health and Wealth Show, Stephanie, you go down a playlist, you'll sit on there where it's talking about that as well. So I know I've covered a lot of things, but we have a lot of things that we do with this. Okay, so you're not here by coincidence. You're here for a reason. You're here because you may need to get your health right. Again, nobody's 100% mitochondria strong, so we know everybody needs to get their mitochondria stronger, right? You may have pets that need to get it. You may have family that need to get it. You may, want to get your products for free. You may want to, increase your income. You name it. You're in the right place. Right place, right time. So again, I am not going to hold you any longer. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Oh, one more thing. If you want text reminders of our conference calls are every Monday at 7:55 p.m. Central Standard Time, adjusted to your time zone. Saturdays at 10:55 a.m. Central Standard Time, adjusted to your time zone. Our call-in number is 608-906-0003. Again, it's 608-906-0003. Stephanie Alford invites you to join us at any time, because we want you to get your mitochondria strong. And then we want you to create your free customer website. Well, we want you to get your mitochondria strong, so we want you to create your free customer website so you can get your mitochondria strong, right? So again, if y'all have questions, send your questions. You can put it in the comments, because I do check the comments and I respond, or you can text me, etc., right? So again, we hope that y'all have enjoyed the health knowledge that we've shared. We hope that y'all, get your questions together, put your questions out here for us to get them answered. And most importantly, we hope that y'all take the initiative to get on the MoreMito products so that you can get your mitochondria strong. And I would love to hear the testimonies of what it has done for you. Let me know once you try it, how you feel, say the next day or a week later or whatever. All of that makes a difference. That's where all these testimonials came from that y'all heard tonight, right? These were people getting on it at different times, and then they've shared the information. And what does this do? This helps other people, okay? Because like somebody may have had cancer. I've never had cancer. Well, everybody has had cancer, so let me take that back. But where it goes to the point, my body has been strong enough to fight it off, and I knock on wood, hope it continues that way, right? But those that it hasn't and have had the diagnosis where you have, they where the cancer has gone to a point where it's extra serious and your body's not fighting off, then this is what you definitely want to do. You want to get your mitochondria strong. You get your mitochondria strong, then your body can fight the things off, right? So again, take that initiative and share this with others, and let's have that mitochondria boost, and then let's share it. Don't be in that group that just keeps it to yourself, right? You want to tell other people because you want other people to get healthy just like you want to get healthy, right? So again, make sure y'all check the description. And the if you're live, give me just a little bit to get it in the description, on all the different platforms, and then we will definitely get you going. Okay. So remember, any questions or whatever, we want to get answered so that we can get you on your health journey. Thank you so much, and y'all have a wonderful one.